Good afternoon world from Siargao Island here in the Philippines. It's actually quite late afternoon. It's been another stormy day and looking at the forecast it's going to be like this for a while. Got a bit of car work to do. I've come outside here to see what our new exhaust pipe is going to look like against the car. I also promised the Lazada seller that I was going to show a picture of what it's going to be like, so it's the first time I've actually put it up against the car. I don't know if you can see from that angle. It's not going to stick out that far. It's going to look pretty sweet. You can see here as well that this other exhaust pipe isn't actually a pipe at all. Somebody's just cut it off and kind of welded it on, whereas this has got an actual muffler chamber in it, so it's going to be so much nicer under there. Stainless steel with a burnt tip. Alright, I've just uploaded my review to Lazada. I like to do this for sellers on Lazada because, you know, each one of these guys is running a small business, and if it helps them to show legitimacy and authenticity with their store, then I like to help out, especially when I get really good service like that. Like I said, I was amazed at how quickly that got to this island, and it's shown me how fast delivery can be. I think maybe the Philippines logistics system is going to get better and better over the years, because I thought everything would take minimum 2 weeks to get here. The fact that I arrived in 5 days means that it's possible, you know. Also, when Sacha's new phone was delivered from the UK with LBC, it was amazing. It came really quickly, didn't have any issues, and it's little steps like that that make me feel good about living here, because I know that it makes long-term living here more feasible. I'm still waiting for some parts to arrive from China so I can fit this on properly. Would have been nice to get it on before we go to Mindanao. That is another reason why I'm out here today. I just wanted to do a few bits and pieces that I can do here on the island before we head off. So it's only a couple of days now before we take this car over to Surigao, and then we do a little bit of exploring. We've booked a trip with our friend Junjun to take us in his van to some of the sites of Surigao del Norte, which is our region where we live. He's confirmed that there are still no cases, no major health issues over there, so as long as we follow some basic health protocols, we can have a great time exploring the other island. It's finally coming after a long time talking about it, and in the meantime we're going to leave this car with Rocky, whose mechanic shop is based over there, and he's going to be doing a little bit of extra work. So the second week that we're there, we'll do some exploring by ourselves by car, but the first week we'll go with our tour guide Junjun and our friend. It hasn't fully been booked yet either, but we are planning on heading over to Bukidnon with Junjun to go and stay up in the mountains there, have a look at the Sea of Clouds. There's so many things that I want to do with Story, and she's super excited about getting off the island. I don't blame her. I love this island, but I don't want her to feel like she's trapped here, and I don't want to feel that way either. We will be saying goodbye to the Butchmobile very soon as well. Mr. Butch Francisco is coming back to the island probably next month, and I want to make sure that his car is ready for him when he returns. Can you believe how generous Butch has been to let us use his car for this amount of time? Complete stranger to us, and we to him. He's never met us before, so again, a huge thank you to Butch. You, as you've probably seen in the vlogs, have saved us from many situations. You've given us an extra vehicle to help when our vehicle was off the road, and just when we didn't have anything, you know, to know that people around the Philippines are going to be so welcoming and so helpful. It's generosity beyond belief, as we've said before, and I will never ever forget it. Thank you, Butch. We've taken care of the car for you. I hope to meet you when you come to the island. What have you been working on? Can I see? Oh, it's a cupcake. Yeah? Whoa, cupcake monster! Look at that! Fold it back up again so I can see the cupcake. Okay, so it starts off all innocent like that.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like anything, and then boom! Whoa, look at those crazy orange teeth!
He's been eating so much orange.
Yeah! That's really well done, Story. High five. Well done.
Yeah, I still haven't coloured in yours.
Yeah, I'll colour my one in, okay? Story and I started this drawing tutorial probably about an hour ago, I would say, and she's only just finished. I never actually finished colouring mine because I had to abort and go and do some car stuff. But I love that Story's really showing an interest in drawing. It was something that I was really into when I was a kid too, and I still enjoy it now. Also, it gives Story something to be proud of, things to display in her room.
Well, you said an hour. I think Story's been doing this for almost 2 hours now.
It's been a while, hasn't it?
A long time.
Yeah. There we go. Let's get a photograph of that masterpiece. My one's still got a long way to go. I've done the drawing, but I haven't done all the colouring yet. It's going to be a lot of work. Was that a nice Saturday activity?
Yeah.
Yeah, do you enjoy it?
Perfect rainy day activity.
It is. Little Eden report. Eden's definitely been more active during the day the last couple of days. Are you ready for your big trip away? Yeah? I'm going to share some information with everybody to show where we're going next. Hopefully it's all going to work out. God, speaking of rainy days, it just got crazy out there. Still therapeutic to watch the palm trees swaying in the rain, just like it is in the wind. That's the great thing about having a view from your house. It changes every day like a different painting on the wall. Alright, so I want to show you some of our plans. None of this is official yet because we're trying to get some bookings sorted. So we're exploring the possibility of staying at this place, Dahilayan Forest Park in Bukidnon. Our friend Jun highly recommends it. He said it's really good. He was telling me if you wake up really early in the morning, they have the sea of clouds up here because it's the right altitude. Look at that view from one of the bedrooms. I hope we can make it work. It does look really beautiful. This looks like an amazing place to have lunch. Oh yeah, I forgot I've got a touch screen. I could just press it here. Check this out too, they got this place called Jesse's Diner where they've got all these really cool American cars. I can't even imagine how much it costs to bring that in. Actually, that's a Toyota. I've never seen a Toyota like that before. I have seen one of them. Imagine the photo shoots we can get with these. So the only reason why this isn't 100% confirmed yet is there is a catch to our situation, and that is Eden. Eden is always the catch. It's not actually a pet-friendly hotel, but then we have stayed in places in the Philippines that are not supposed to be pet friendly, but when we ask them nicely, they do let Eden stay. So I've asked them nicely and I'm hoping they'll say yes and they'll allow us to stay for a couple of days and we'll be able to explore all of this and show it in the videos, and that I'm really excited for. There's activities to do too, like these little go-karts, forest trails. They've got this cool little train thing that Story would love. Check out the pine trees as well. I miss pine trees, it's been a while. Where we used to live in Portugal, we were surrounded by pine trees, eucalyptus trees, and we used to collect pine cones and put them all in a sack, and then we'd give them as gifts to people, like, you know, for decorations, and sometimes Story would paint them. And I haven't seen one for ages, because, you know, when you're in a tropical place like this, they just don't exist. So hopefully we'll be able to grab a few pine cones. I know it seems silly to get excited about that, but I am. Here's friend Jun. He's been sending us pictures all day. There's another hotel we can stay possibly here called the Hidden Valley, which is also in Bukidnon. When we come back from the Bukidnon area and we're back in Surigao, there's actually a viewpoint close to where we would be staying when we come back nearer to home. It's about an hour's drive away from where we stayed before at Pebble Beach. It's called Campo Langit, and there's a 600-meter hike to the top. I think you have to walk up this staircase here to get to the peak bit. Eden would have to be placed in her backpack for that, but that is something possibly we could do ourselves in our own car, just drive for an hour and go and explore locally. Then of course we've got the Enchanted River. This is somewhere we've been wanting to go for a while. Super blue water. I think we're going to need to go here on a sunny day to get that blue, but I've seen some videos of people that have been here and it does look fantastic. Yeah, we are planning on going there. You can also swim in there. It's called the Enchanted River. You enjoying that shake?
You swim in the shallow bit first, then go all the way into the deep bit.
Yeah, we're just watching a video of the Enchanted River, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can see these massive fish. So this guy here now, he's going to drop some fish food, that they play some epic music. I didn't know that they did stuff like this.
Yeah.
Here they come.
They're eating it.
Yeah.
Oh, I see them now.
Wow, there they are. That'd be fun.
Floated over there and they're eating.
Yeah.
Maybe I could tell that man if I could feed one of them.
I think it might be an option. Yeah, you could say, can I feed one of those fish? You might have to buy some of the food with some pesos.
Or maybe I could try the one that he's holding.
What, the food bucket that he's got?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. We'll have to see how it works. Looks fun though, doesn't it?
Then I'll give it back to him when I'm finished.
You love animals, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love fish too.
Yeah, they're nice. They're very cute.
I like changing. I don't like dinosaurs anymore. I like fish now.
See, look how blue that water is, Story.
Yeah, you could swim in that bit and then go all the way back into the deep.
Yeah, you could, yeah, if you wanted to, and then go back to the shallow bit when you're done. Yeah, we're just watching like a mini documentary about it.
Yeah.
Look at all these fish you can see under the water.
He could. Mum could bring. I could also bring my mask so I could dive under there.
Yeah, definitely. We'll put masks on and we can see all the fish. And I'll bring the camera and we can film it too.
Yeah.
Whoa, he's going deep. Yeah, he's got a scuba tank, so maybe that could be something you might be interested in the future when you get bigger.
What's in there?
Air.
In there.
Oh, inside the cave? I'm not sure, he's exploring.
Another somewhat mysterious aspect of the enchanted river is it's not
Cute,
exactly
aren't
They are cute, yeah. How are you feeling about the trip now?
Fine.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it actually.
Yeah, Story's feeling good too, I heard, yeah.
Just as usual, same, lots to plan, lots to think about. Nervous about Eden travel, but I know that when we get there, it won't be a thing. Like, there'll be nothing to worry about. So I am looking forward to it, and I really would love to see the Enchanted River. I'm really looking forward to that, and the mountain view, and just seeing new places, and just also seeing how it works. Like, so we can have more confidence with traveling, like doing something in the car with Eden. We haven't done that yet, so it's just that whole sense of something new happening that you don't really know what to expect. So even though we're going to a place initially where we've been before, I'm just looking forward to it. It will be good to have a change of scenery and just to make some new fresh content and get some cool pictures of Story and Eden, and yeah, that's what it's all about.
Us hopefully as well. It's always pictures of Story and Eden, isn't it? It's like, what about us?
Second or third and fourth,
Yeah.
Story and Eden, number 1 and 2.
I feel like we lost a lot of our independence in 2020 because of not being able to drive places, you know, in our own car. And, you know, when you rent a vehicle from somebody else, you're not allowed to take it off of the island. And then that in itself becomes a restriction. And also time, you know, when you're on holiday, you don't have time to think about the bigger parts of moving abroad or moving to a different island and doing more exploration. So having lived here now for over a year, finally getting a bit more settled, it's good to know that, you know, this will be step one. And then, yeah, and also like the way the world works now, it's very different to how we used to travel. Different car. We have plenty to get used to, and if we don't do it now, we never will.
Yeah, and also going to Bukidnon, I'm excited for that because it just looks so different. But I'm also thinking, how do I pack for that? Like, because we're so used to just wearing vests and shorts and t-shirts and stuff, and there it looks a bit cooler.
Yeah.
So will we need jumpers and jeans and things like that?
I think we definitely will need like something that covers the arms and the legs, but I don't think we'll need coats or anything.
No.
Because it's not that high.
No, but we don't have coats, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, again, this will be a jumping off point to bigger mountains. Like when it's easier to travel, we can go to Mount Apo. And then there you apparently do need super thick jackets, especially if you've been living in Asia for a while.
Yeah.
And now anything below like 20 degrees feels like freezing cold to us.
Yeah.
That's
so, but also before June, our driver that is going to be our driver suggested going to Bukidnon. We didn't even, when he said it, we were like, can we go there?
Yeah. He actually laughed at me. I was like, is it okay to go? I said, what are the restrictions like around there, like going outside of Surigao del Norte? And he went, don't worry about it. It's like they've really got a handle on things over there now. So as long as you are not going into like a kind of hot zone, like apparently Davao is a bit closed off at the moment, but if you go around Davao, then you can still explore Cagayan de Oro, Bukidnon, like some of the big mountains without being stopped or having to get special passes or whatever, because we are residents of this island in this area. And if anything, the biggest restrictions are coming back to Siargao.
Yeah.
And apparently Siargao is like the strictest of all the regions inside our region. So we have to work out what happens when we come back home. It's all pretty simple now though. Lots of our friends have been moving off island and coming back, and they've been giving us advice on what to do about Eden, about us, about PCR tests or saliva tests and all the things that we may need to do. And yes, so I feel like we just need to get some reality under our wings and go and do it for real and see how it pans out.
Yeah, we have been living in a little Siargao idyllic bubble for a long time, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, but we are starting to feel that the rest of the world doesn't exist anymore.
Exactly.
So this will be kind of just getting us back, baby steps into travelling properly again and going further when we are able to. But for this trip, I don't want to do a ton of stuff.
No.
I want it to be a few, you know, 3 or 4 really nice things, and then that be it. We come back and we regroup again, and
Yeah, I agree with that. I
wait
don't.
another year for another trip.
I don't want to overly stress Eden or
No.
Story or us or anybody. I just want this to feel good. And I feel that even in the past, when travel was easier, when we would go places, sometimes if we were in a hurry, we would miss out on some of the more beautiful parts of traveling slowly. And we started traveling more slowly, going by car, bringing our stuff with us, just taking our time so that you get to see more, you get to meet more people that live there, and they can give you secrets about the places. Now, we're not going to have time to do that on this trip, but Jun will be able to give us more insight faster in the first week because he does tours there. So yeah, it's all going to be very exciting. I'm feeling much more confident about the whole process now. And the fact that it's happening in a couple of days now seems a bit unreal, but let's make it happen. How do you feel about your adventures off to the Big Island?
I would like to feel having a nice day there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can have a nice time together with us, the whole family.
And building stuff there.
Yeah?
And swimming.
Yeah, we do some swimming and some climbing.
Playing ball. I could take this ball.
Yeah, you're going to take your ball with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to have to choose which toys you want to bring because it's going to be about 2 weeks away.
Lara.
Yeah, you want to take Lara. This is Lara, by the way. Lara's been on quite a few adventures lately. Yeah? Lara's your top choice.
Yeah.
Okay, she can be your adventure pup alongside Eden. Maybe she can be like Eden's support dog. As always, we'll be looking after our health as well. Sacha's just made me this amazing juice. Lots of vitamin C in there. Keep yourself nice and healthy.
One thing that I miss living on this island is just going for a really long hike or big walk somewhere, because
A walk with purpose as well, because you could just walk, but it's nice if you know like you're going up a hill and you're going to get to a viewpoint, and there's a few places.
So maybe in Bukidnon there'll be like, I feel like it's going to be more kind of outdoorsy walky there.
We're hoping something like this might help Eden on her journeys. This one here on the right. I do have one in the post, but I don't think it's going to be here in time for this trip. But maybe the next trip that we do, we will be taking Story's schooling on the road.
Tour. T-O-R. Try Story.
Okay.
So I hope you enjoyed today's video and we will see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.